Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, my friends. This is the MRC show. Of course, we never ever end because we're back. It's season 10, believe it or not. We're here already. Season 10. Wow. MRC, we're just going to new heights and we're going to give you more and more excitement once again. This is your Monday night entertainment. You need not look anywhere else. Never mind Bake Off and anything else, whatever might be on that rubbish big box of a TV. This is where you want to be. This is where we are. We've got Tier 1 action live from a very cloudy Spanish Grand Prix. And joining me before we get into the heat of qualifying is my teammate of the season, my partner in crime, not just on track, but tonight he's with me in the commentary box. There's only one man this could be, if you've been paying attention, that is. It's Mr. Simba, the Lion King. Good evening.
Bonjour. Good evening, Mr. Hodgie.
Bonjour. I'm good. I don't know how. Why are we talking French in Spain? I don't know.
Because we've just had a French commentator.
Oh, very true, very true. And what a great job he did as well. Good evening, Ant, already in the chat. Yes, great job he did. I'm good. I'm shattered. Still on a bit of a... My heart rate is still up there from what was a tense, shall we say, but exciting Tier 2 race. How are you feeling?
It was very hard work with that.
Yeah.
We really didn't qualify as well as what we hoped, so we were just playing fight back all race, pretty much.
Oh, you can say that again. When fight back, we really, really did. If you haven't seen it already, folks, do remember to check out the stream. Not yet. Of course, we've got Tier 1 action live for you now. The big boys, the elite boys, are here on track. And we're going to look through all of the Tier 1 drivers very, very soon. But we're on board. A couple of people already out. This is going to prove that I think this cloud that's over, I don't know if it's going to get better. We'll have to see if anyone's in. Maybe we'll get a bit of a weather report. But it's going to be, I think, a tough qualifying to get those tyres warmed up.
Well, we saw in Tier 2 how close the qualifying actually was.
Oh, that was insane.
The entire field was separated by about a second and a half.
Yeah. I think it was it first to 18th or second to 18th was a second. It was split by.
Second
first?
to 18th. First was about 3/10 up the road.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was in half. Now, I'll tell you one thing. We're going to go on board to start with. We've got a lot to go through in qualifying to catch you all up with the new season, team changes, of course, as well. This is the first one we're going to go to. We're going to go to the triangles themselves. And it's a man who's defected. Believe it or not, he's had enough of the Willies. And he's going for the triangle this time. It is Chris, the blowhole Bailey, has gone from the blue to the silver.
That's funny enough, that's who I'm watching as well. I still cannot get over him in this silver triangle. I'm that used to him in the Williams.
I know. It is. It's very,
he's been
very
there for
weird.
Several seasons now.
Yeah, he has. I can't remember how many he's been there now. 3 at least, I think. But yeah, now he's setting a lap time on the mediums, but it's looking quite nice through that last sector. But yeah, I can't believe he has swapped. I agree. It's unbelievable. It's a bit strange, very strange. His teammate, who unfortunately hasn't made it this evening, we've got a late substitute, which is Floppy Loppy. But his teammate will be Error Voice Fabian Schulten. Will join the blowhole. Where was Fabian last season? Was he? Ooh.
He was in Tier 1 AlphaTauri.
I was going to say it was blue. I knew it was blue. But there you go, another new pairing there. So let's have a look. I'll tell you, we are going to look at the man who finished second in Tier 2 last season. Has gone up to Tier 1. He was a previous champion, of course. It's the blow. It's the man who's got a zoo. It is Mr. Calvin. Is in a McLaren.
Close at the top.
That is it. Already.
I was just watching the end of Jay Sarge's lap and it was like, what?
Wow. What?
Where did that come from?
What on earth?
Seppi needs to be in Tier
0.5.
It needs to be something. That is a ridiculous lap.
What on earth is that?
We were all thinking, oh yeah, it's looking quite tight, and then he comes in a second quicker.
I know. I'm
Maybe
interested.
That Williams really did have pace, and Blowhole just couldn't hack it.
I think that's what it is. He bottled it. Blowhole the bottler. But let's have a look. Now we've mentioned Seppi is now in. Seppi's moved to a Williams, and this is his teammate, Donald Daffy Duck. The Chatty Duck is in a Williams as well now this season. Let's watch him through the end of his lap and see what he can do. Can he get up there where this teammate looks all very nice and neat through the last sector? What can he do in response? Does a 17.9, still in second though. So we've currently got a Willie 1 and 2.
Them two worked quite well together last season.
They did. They actually did.
It took me ages to actually click on that they were teammates again.
Yes, at the end of last season. Very true. You're right there. You are right.
It took me ages because obviously I did the draw. We were just coming up with random, put the names in a random order through the randomizer. Then we were just working through the teams, and it was like, right, Williams, that name, and etc, etc. I didn't cotton on until we actually went live for the stream to do the reveal that they were last season's teammates.
Yeah, they were. Let's move to, we were on board with Jay Sarge, I mentioned him earlier as well. He is now in the Red Bull, and he is teammated this, it was also in the pits as well, so that's a bit boring for the Red Bulls, by the Confetti Craig himself. Alexander Grosh is in the Red Bull this season. Bailey's had an improvement on his second lap on the mediums, an 18.2, great lap actually, on the mediums. Let's go to the Haas boys. So the Haasers are started off by Stefan, which is LRL, and his teammate back in full time. Now this season is the Slayer, who's on a fast, I think he's on a slow lap at this point.
Yeah, I watched his fast lap.
Yeah.
Which obviously don't look fast compared to the top boys, but it's still relatively fast.
Yes, yes. We've got, unfortunately, one of our Alpines is not here, and they're both in the pits anyway, is not here this evening, so it would be Kid Dynamite on the middle edge. Firecracker has gone blue, and all French this time round. He's moved from the Ferraris down to the Alpines, and his teammate is going to be Nick BT, and they worked well as well last season.
Yeah, they did. So it'd be good to see that pairing again.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they go.
Traction's back, maybe Nick won't have such a hard time of it.
Yeah, same with the Slayer as well. Hopefully he'll have a lot more fun. We've got Alex Giuseppe Saviour here on an outlap in the Alpha Tauri this time out. He's gone away from the green, but still beginning with the A, from the Aston to the Alpha Tauri, and he's got Call Me the Brave. Again, another promotion from Tier 2 with him this weekend, and they get on really well, don't they? They actually do. They're very, very good.
Yeah, I think they actually joined the league together, so they'll be buzzing to be teammates.
Yeah, I think they will. Actually, they are. I think I did get a message off Xavier, and he is really, really happy with that. So that's going to be really good to see how they get on this season. Who have we not? Well, let's keep aboard with the man in question, Mr. Xavier, while he starts his lap.
I think Xavier will keep Brave on the right track as well. And
yes.
To be faster.
Yeah, they did a lot of driver management and race engineering throughout the season. Last season did Xavier for Brave, so it's going to be, now they're actually going to be in a party and they're actually going to be on track together as well. That's going to be really beneficial to Brave, you know, racing alongside as well in the thick of it and in the action. Xavier puts in a purple first sector already. Wow. While we follow this lap round, we're going to go through the Alfa Romeo guys. That's Sergeant Uncle Sam currently in 11th, and his teammate Lauren Chur is just in 10th ahead of him. Who else have we not gone through? The Astons is Anton, who has on a fast lap, hasn't set one at the moment, and his teammate is currently in 12th. That is G Star Snipes, or Ben van den Emster. The Ferrari boys. Where are the Ferrari boys? We have got one currently in second place with a stunning lap. We missed that. Sorry about that. Yeah, he's that is Corey, or Jesse DeGrief. We've also got Ujoni. Unfortunately, isn't well this evening. Hope for a quick and speedy recovery, Ujoni. Hopefully, see you back on track next week. We've got Carl stepping in for him at the moment. What can Xavier do? Pops it into third. Great lap.
Oh, and Fancy Five's just had a 5-place grid penalty for a collision.
Yep,
That's
in a
never
seat
good.
now. He is, yeah, that's really unlucky. And I think now we've gone through all teams, so let's get back into qualifying. Let's have a look. Who should we ride on board with? I think we've got... Who's about to start a lap? Oh, I'll tell you what, the Slayer is on a... I thought he was on a lap. Who we got? Well, I'll tell you what, we'll go with LRL. He's about to start his fast lap in a moment, and we will talk you through a full flying out. Would you like to do that, Mr. Dennison?
Who are we on with?
We are with LRL.
LRL, yeah. Let's go for it then. So we go around onto the start-finish straight, DRS flat wide open. Going to want to reach a speed of around 200 mile an hour. He's about, just shy. Brake at that with that patches on the left, hook it in nice and tight for turn 1. Bit of curve for turn 2. If you really got the guts, you can go flat through 3, which he manages very well. Braking about the bridge for 4. Yep, hooks it in nice and tight, slightly up on his lap already, which is good. Win it right. Back over to the right, hook it in for the, I think it's 5. Some numbers now. Nice and flat. Braking around that curb. Not the best entry there. I think he took a little bit too much curb. Is it going to be flat for 9? No, slightly. DRS flat wide open again on the way down to the new reprofiled turn 10. Nice late braking, hooks it in nice and tight, early on the power. Into 11 and 12. This corner just drags forever. Out nice and wide. 13. Ooh, ran a little bit wide there, but hopefully can recover it into the chicane, which is about to be removed in the real races, and he bails his lap.
Still, it was looking okay. Wasn't looking too bad.
I think the few mistakes probably cost him the time.
Yeah, it was desperately looking for Bailey. It's now set a soft tyre run and popped up into 4th. That's a heck of a good lap.
Oh, the Dairylee's running well then.
He is. Ryan thinks a 1:16.8 for Paul. Well, it's not that there's a possibility. That's a good shout, to be fair.
I don't think we're massively far off. We're on a 17.0 and that was his first go.
Yeah, he'd slightly improved. Not by much. Oh, here we go. Martins. Buenos tardes, Abula. I'll give in. I tried.
Yeah, I'm not having a go either. I just butcher it.
Yeah.
Fancy about to start a lap, it looks like
Oh, that was crisp. On and in that. Let's have a look. There's Frankie 5. Let's have a look at the most beautiful machine, the papaya wagon.
Our car.
Our car.
no weeing in the seats. We're not Nico Rosberg.
Yep, or Jensen.
Well,
Jensen, but no, Nico did actually. Well, that just sums up Nico Rosberg, doesn't it? But moving on.
If it was Rosberg, he'd be having an accident about now.
Yeah, true. He hasn't squeezed anybody off track yet, and moaned about it, and spat his dummy out.
They were both as bad as each other.
Well,
good friends, awful teammates.
Yeah, that's well.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh!
I knew that were coming.
Just
Too
with
much
that
curb.
Yeah, it was really threw the car out there.
I find you've got to thread the needle there, not take the curb.
Yeah, it's like slowing the first part to get the power down for the second one and not run too wide, I find.
Yeah, once you've controlled the slide, nail the power. Because you do slide a bit on into 7, but then once you've corrected, straight into 8, power flat.
Yeah.
And it gives you a good run for 9 then.
Yeah, exactly that.
For some reason, you can't go flat really with these cars.
I struggled to go flat through 9. Really struggled to do it. Well, actually, I didn't. I'd backed out every time.
Whereas on the last game, you could go flat through 9.
Yeah, you could. I'm sure there'll be some... Hang on, we're not that old. Mr. Hills, I'll have you know. Thanking you.
Well, if we are.
Yeah, you've got... Thank you. Great. Great grandpa. He's definitely a generation older.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Moving on. with Chatty Duck. We still haven't had any forecast for the race. Usually, obviously, we were quite lucky. It was just cloudy all race. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I hope publicly sacked. Well, thanks for watching, folks. See you later. Bergen tells us it is a dry race. Thank you, Bergen. Good to see you still supporting MRC, and we hope to see you back, of course, in the future with us racing again. Lots of practice on your new wheel and your new rig. So we'll see you, I'm sure, back up at Tier 1.
It's definitely going to need it.
Yeah, I think
it's a big change, isn't it, when you go from controller to rig?
It is. It's a huge change. We were actually talking about it, was it yesterday? And it is a huge change, and he's getting there, to be fair. And it's I always thought when I first got a rig and a steering wheel, it was going to be like driving a car. Didn't anticipate it being that much different than it actually is.
Well, if you're playing something like Gran Turismo in the slowest car, it will be like driving a car.
Yeah, more
understeer. When you're talking about
a
Formula 1 car that can do 200 odd mile an hour on the straights and takes corners faster than most of us ever drive a road car.
Yes,
it's a big difference.
It is. Corey's now put a purple first sector in his bid. What can he do for the final runs in this opening season? Well, opening round of the season, I should say. A little bit of traffic ahead now. That could be his teammate trying to give him a little bit of a tow. Moves out the way. It wasn't. It was the Alfa Romeo. Gets out the way nicely, though. Hopefully it hasn't hampered him. There's a tiny bit of time, but this still going to be on for a good lap. Could cement at least his second place. Unless it absolutely has a last sector sent from the guards. He's invalidated his time!
No!
Oh my days! Oh, he's going to be absolutely gutted. What can Seppi do, though? Seppi's got traffic into turn... Well, he did have traffic into turn 1. Hopefully that didn't put him off too much. Takes a wide line through 2 into 3, though. Some people do prefer that.
Really on the edge going through them first couple of corners.
Really is. Pushing very, very hard and matches his first sector time. The McLaren gets out of the way. Tries to uses a bit higher gear through that turn 5. Nothing wrong with that. No traction used by Seppi. I'm sure he's no assist driver as well. And has a little lift as well, but early on the power. Through 9, the car very, very planted.
That was very, very almost flat through 9 as well.
Yeah, it was that little downshift. Runs very wide or through 10. Some people like that wide line. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of middle of the track with that. Which is why I'm not very quick around there.
He's really pushing the track limits here.
He is, isn't he? He's not leaving any room, any time left out there. What can he do? Can he improve? Can he submit and get the first pole position of the season? A 16.9. He does improve.
We did get a 16.8 though.
He was half a tenth off. But what an improvement that is. Chris is down on his previous lap time. Muck and Lauren cheers. He's given in for the session. What can G-Star do? He's down. He's given up on his time as well. Saviour is validated his lap. Calvin, this was the last, probably one of the last ones across the line. But what can Calvin do? The McLaren man. He's a 10th down in Sector 1. But there's a long way to go. He can still improve on that one though. And improve his grid slot from currently 9th on the grid. Use a very high gear to get the traction down. Yeah, keeps it. Likes the high gears, does Calvin through there.
I wonder if he's still keeping with the no traction.
I think he is. I think
he tends to be higher gears.
Yeah, to stop that rear from sticking out. He's still a 10th down. See how he manages through this last sector.
Because you get that used to being in the gears you're in, and then you try doing no traction. It's like woo pirouettes.
Yeah, I tried doing it, and it was it still. I was changing up very, very early, and it was still not happening. It's somehow I will get there. I'm going to get there. What can Calvin do as he crosses the line? Stays 12th, unfortunately. Improvements right at the end. So there we are. Your first Tier 1 qualifying session of Season 10 in MRC. Seppi takes the first pole position. Wow, with a 16.9, Corey will take second to line up alongside him. The blowhole, great qualifying from him in third position with Lauren Cheer in fourth. G-Star will be in fifth, LRL in sixth, Saviour in seventh, Confetti in eighth, J Sarge in ninth, Chatty Duck in 10th, Sergeant Uncle Sam in 11th, Calvin will take 12th, Nick BT in 13th, Anton, good qualifying in 14th, Floppy Loppy in 15th, Carl in 16th, 17th is the Slayer, Case of Soze in 18th, Coleman Brave in 19th, and Frankie 5 will line up in 20th position. Now, I've been told it is a dry race.
Boo! Boo!
Where's the Banshee rain dance when we need it?
I was actually praying for a bit of rain in Tier 2, not going to lie. Because I actually ran rather well in the wet on Friday. Had a touch more front wing for the turning and just, I was fine.
Yeah. I didn't do any wet practice, so I'm very relieved that we had a dry race. This is going to be a good one. I think we've got a good mix up the top now. This is obviously Tier 1 now has changed. We've gone to allow traction control back again for a lot of the drivers in Tier 1. I think that's allowing those people who don't get time to practice, who want to just enjoy the race and come and rock up and have fun away from lives and from the real lives and the reality. That's allowing them to have fun, and I think that's really, really mixing up the field now already.
Yeah, I mean, I know some people were worried about it being, well, the traction control drivers are going to dominate. Look who's in P3.
Exactly, yeah.
And I think Seppi's no traction, he's taken pole.
I think Corey was up there as well, he's no traction.
Yeah, I think that all the top three were pretty much no traction, so it does prove if you've got the time to learn it, it is the quicker route. But for those that don't have time, we want to include them and have fun.
Yeah, exactly that.
That's what MRC is about. It's about having fun with like-minded people.
Yeah, exactly. We don't take abusiveness, we don't take being a tool and aggressiveness, and we don't take immaturity and patheticness either. But here we go. Let's. We could have really gone off on a tangent.
Hot.
Yeah, that looks a little bit
murder on tyres. That.
Let's have a look as we get going. Before we start the formation lap, there we go. Finally, we get going. Well, that's quite a good mix there. Corey starts on the hard tyres. Then Saviour, Confetti, Craig, Sarge, Chatty Duck, Sergeant Uncle Sam on the hards, the rest on mediums, then the Slayer, Soze, Brave and Frankie 5 on the hards as well. That's going to be rather, as Frankie 5's forgot there was a formation lap. Oh dear. Moving on. So, yeah, this is going to be different. I don't know about you, I found the hards took a long time to actually have a little bit of, even just a little bit of grip and to have any kind of pace whatsoever.
Yeah, I found within about 5 or 6 laps I was actually getting really comfortable with it.
It did take that long for us. We did have a lot more cloud though. It was a lot cooler.
Yeah, we were definitely cooler than this. With it being this hot, I think that we'll warm up quicker. Probably coming to the window within about 3 laps.
Yep, exactly that. And it depends on the wear then as well. I mean, my tyre wear was quite nice, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, this is going to be one to see what the strategies are going to play out. The one stop here generally quicker. Then you do have potential. Hang on, steady up, Corey. That could have ended badly. But the 2-stop was tried, I do believe, by 1 or 2 individuals in Tier 2. It's saying there the medium to the hard tyres, but I think few people were trying the soft compound tyres. And of course, the safety car can really throw a spanner in the works and really mix up the order, as we found out as well in Tier 2 right at the death. Are we going to see the same excitement? Are we going to see the same drama this evening? Keep tuned in. like, share, and subscribe. As always, folks, 407 subscribers currently to MRC. Let's take that up to over the 500 mark this season by sharing, by subscribing. If you haven't already, share it with your friends. Get your friends, your family to subscribe to the channel and show their support. But now, we have got all the drivers lined up on the grid. We've got a lot better camera angle this time round. But now we go. Let's go. 3, 4 lights, 5 lights are on, and we have a timing glitch once more. And we're away. Season 10 Tier 1. Seppi gets a really good start. I have got the worst camera angles known to mankind. Somebody sacked the director. But it all seems very fair. Let's have a look into turn 1. Corey with Crispy. There's a few side by side further down, as we've got a Red Bull getting pushed out a little bit wide. But all very neat and tidy at the front. Let's have a little further back and see what's going on. We've got G-Star battling there with J Sarge onto turn 5 at the Alpha Tauri with Saviour. Saviour tries to hang around the outside. The Alpine's having a little bit of a look. That's Nick BT. Besides,
Calvin and Lorky have both had spins.
Oh, they have as well, yes. Good spot.
It's not a good start for them too, but I'm sure they'll find their way back.
They certainly will. Certainly will. Calvin's been... Well, actually, he was reserved in Tier 1 a lot last season, didn't he, Calvin? So he knows what it takes to be up there, and I'm sure he will be. But Seppi, look at that already. 0.8 of a second. But this is a good start for Corey. He's on the hard compound tyres, so they're going to take a little while to come in. Just feeling his way around, gauging where he can place the throttle, where he's going to have the front end grip to turn in. But, of course, he can't really worry about that gap up ahead. Medium tyres will come in to grips, probably actually about end of a lap and a half.
Yeah, I mean, Seppi's making big use of a 1.2 second gap already.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that.
He needs to try and scamper off, keep Corey out of his DRS, and build a gap to allow for the offset.
Yeah, which is huge. Even by the end of the stints, I was noticing that the gaps where people were catching on the harder to the mediums was quite dramatic, you'd have to say.
Yeah, it does get dramatic towards the end, so as we found, the later you can stop, the better you are for the mediums.
Yeah, exactly. And it is a very front limited circuit, this one, folks, so the front tyres do take a lot more of a hammering, as do the front lefts especially. We've got the long turn 3, turn 4 as well, and this turn 9 really hurt. Even the last corner, it really hurt the front left tyre. Lauren Shear's having a little bit of a look at Bailey. Starting to look threatening in these opening stages, but 1.5 second gap up ahead as well. A nice little timing glitch to go with it. You can't beat a good glitch in Formula 1 22.
I mean, with going back to the older layout, it's going to be even more punishing on the tyres.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, because there's not that stop-start that we're just going through now. It's going to be continuous, isn't it, the last 2 corners?
Well, that was put in for 2 reasons. 1, to close the cars up before the straight, and 2, to be easier on the tyres. Because this circuit's known that you cannot push properly through all 3 sectors. You have to compromise either the first or the last.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
of the long sweeping corners. And the tyres were practically on the exploding point when you came to that final banking. But I'm sure hopefully Pirelli will do something that helps with that.
You'd like to think so. I don't see it happening, but you'd like to think so.
We hope.
Yes, we do. And I'm also interested.
We always hope.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly. So let's have a look through the gap. Saviour's dropped off the back of Sarge, who's up the trumpet. Very much up the trumpet at G-Star. There's going to be a bit of a DRS train going down to turn 10. Don't think Sarge is going to be close enough to make the move this time round. He's not.
This is a big train.
Yeah. It is. It's all
when you get stuck in one of them trains, you just can't get past anymore.
Oh, G-Star's
lost it!
And that's compromised G-Star because he had to take avoiding action, was unsure the car was going to ghost. G-Star, oh my days.
Yeah, I had that with the car. I think it was in turn 3. It spun in front of me and I had flashbacks of Japan and just hit the brakes.
Yeah, I can imagine you have PTSD from that.
Oh, I just certainly do.
Yeah, I can't remember I had somebody do that same, and I took very wide avoiding action that thinking back, I didn't need to do. But it was better safe than sorry, of course.
Well, I didn't need to hit the brakes like I did because they did actually ghost. But
yeah, I think I heard somebody.
I didn't want to risk it. I hit the brakes and went round them. I cost myself about a second doing it.
Well, I either had a Haas or an Alfa Romeo do it, but they were, the opposite side of the track, and yet I still braked slightly. No idea why.
You just react to what you see. You don't trust the ghosting. You just react to a car spinning.
Exactly that. We've got a good few battles. Who have we got in the chat while we're on lap 4 already of 33? What's happened to Lawrence? He's gone. What happened? Where's he gone? It's at the top of turn 9. Huge place to lose it. That's a fast place to go. Fastest corner on the track.
I don't think we've actually seen any. Do you remember in the last
he's
game?
cooked his tyres as well. Lauren, I'm going to cut off you, mate. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But Loppy and Calvin having a good little ding-dong after their early spins. Both on the same tyre. This is actually going to be interesting. Loppy, of course, is very quick round here.
Oh, Laurentia can't even get back in a straight line.
Oh, no, he's absolutely cooked them.
But do you remember in Season 5 on the last game, everybody was crashing at that corner?
Yeah, it was one that just wasn't. It was horrible. If you could either take it a bit too tight, put a bit more steering lock on to avoid the exit curb, and then because that would spin you, then you have too much lock on, and then that would spin you.
Yeah, it was just a nightmare, was that curb, especially on the last game, because you could go nearly flat through there.
Exactly.
You don't see it as much on this one because you can't be flat.
No. Exactly that, and I think, if I'm right, Lauren Cheer was sitting in 4th, and it's really hampered LRL, who's now dropped over 2 seconds behind the blowhole, and that gap up front, only 1.5 seconds. That's stabilised slightly. As Carl's retired from the session in turn 9 as well. He's gone in turn 9. We've got a safety car already, the first one of the season in Tier 1. We have a full safety car, which I think Lauren Cheer is going to be absolutely breathing a sigh of relief as he had to pit and get rid of the tyres he was on.
That's a big one. He's come out of there and just gone straight into the wall on the right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not taking that as commentator's curse.
No, definitely not. So, I'm trying to think who this is going to benefit the most. And I really am unsure. I think it's going to probably help Corey if he can keep the heat and the hard tyres for the next couple of laps under safety car. Most drivers aren't going to pit at this stage far too early in the stint to do that. It's going to be no benefit to anybody. Bart's already hoping for some action at the restart. Well, everyone was kind of well behaved at the start. They were well behaved in Tier 2 restarts, I do believe.
I think this is going to benefit Fancy 5, Slayer, and especially Laurentio.
Yep.
It at least allows him to get back on the pack. I mean, Laurentio's half a lap behind.
Yep.
So that's really going to benefit him, is that?
Yeah, it's kind of a get out of jail free card.
It'll neutralise his race a bit because he's on fresh hards now. So he will have to pit again, but so will everybody else. So yeah,
and
like that's a get out of jail free. It's really neutralised his races, that.
Now, they'd say they can go about 18 laps, if not a bit more, the hard tyres. So that would take us to what, 24? I think potentially if he ekes them out a little bit longer than that, if there's any more safety cars, we don't know. I'm not going to commentate curse that because
I think he could get to mid-20s.
Would you then risk a set of softs at the end?
Probably.
It is possible.
I think he could get to softs on the hards.
Yeah.
Because I think we set our strategies at 18 and we both pitted later.
Yeah, I think I went 19 in the end, I think.
Same. And I was about 50% wear.
Yeah. Well, we were on the same... Yeah, we pitted the same lap.
These guys are going to have a couple of laps reprieve with the safety car.
Yeah, I think we only had a virtual, didn't we? And that was first stint, and then the safety car, of course, came later on. And then I nearly dropped it as well out the last corner.
I think that safety car was actually caused by my spin, and then when I spun, Doris spun as well.
Ah, sympathy.
Yeah, I think the combination of both of us spinning at the same corner caused the safety car.
Ah, fair.
Even though I had no damage.
Yeah, it still decides. Well, we've had that before. We've had people spinning in virtuals come out and damage off track, but then the safety car decides it's going to join. I think this is going to help Calvin as well. He got past Loppy with a great move on the outside of turn 1, which we saw early on. But now he's in the back of the pack as well, so Calvin's going to be relishing that one. He's going to be the rival, thinking, like, you know, he's got a get out of jail free card as well. Dear Sarge had a decent gap to LRL ahead of him, so that's going to help. LRL's going to be loving the fact that now he's on the back of the blowhole, who was battling away with Corey.
Do you think it could be in this lap?
It is, just as you say it. It is now in just as Lawrence Shearer gets on the back of the pack, which he is going to be loving the fact it's going to be, tyres are going to be lovely and toasty and grippy as well.
He's probably going to have the best set of tyres in the whole field.
I thought Ryan pitted 18. Well, I went 19. I thought I pitted 19. Okay, Ryan.
I thought you did as well.
Yeah, I thought we did. Rob's saying we've got McLaren team orders confirmed. Well, it's allowed. It's allowed now in F1. So
we don't have team orders. We just race.
Yeah. Yes, that's the one.
Too early in the season for team orders.
Simba is faster than you. So
unlikely, but yeah.
we'll see. So where does Seppi go? He goes in the middle of the last corner. Is he caught Coronation Street lapping? As lapping he certainly has, but that does not catch Chris Bailey napping at all as well. We've got a little bit of side by side. That's Jay Sarge just having a look at the Haas of LRL. Is he going to be close enough into turn 1? Is anybody going to be close enough to have a look? Late braking from the Haas. Very brave to do that round there with the colder tyres, but manages to get round everyone nice and well behaved. I think G-Star got caught napping a bit. There's a gap of over a second already from Confetti down to G-Star in 11th and 12th place. Calvin already on the back of Call Me Maybe. But all well behaved at the restart. I think Bart has jinxed it. There wasn't much action at the restart, but now the field's neutralised. Are we going to be able to see Seppi pull away again? And he has pulled 7/10 of a second, 8/10 now already this lap alone. But a lot of that will be down to the dirty air.
Yeah, I mean 8/10 is about what I call a comfortable gap.
Yeah, but again he's going.
I don't like to be too close when following someone to get too much dirty air. And if they happen to break just that little bit early, you're in the back of it.
Yeah, exactly that. You know, I'm on the fence. About this second gap is okay, the 1.2. Oh, Corey's got a big tag slapper coming out of the again. That's allowed Chris Bailey to go through. It does. That's not ideal. That is a literal Mercedes Ferrari sandwich. But look at the top speed difference. Oh, that's trippy. Come on, boys.
That really is.
That's trippy. I'm going away from that. I can't help it. That's really, really wow. But as Chris made the move, is Corey going to Corey now got backside? Corey has lost the place. That took a long time, and we had to leave that one because wow. But that's allowed LRL to close. Is he going to be close enough to do anything this time around? He's not at this stage, but opportunistic from the blowhole, and just Corey got a big tongue slapper on the exit. Maybe took too much curb through the right hander. Call Me the Brave has lost 2 spaces now to Calvin and to Floppy Loppy. There's not been the opening lap, an opening stint that he would want on his tier 1, I'm going to say debut, but he may have already raced in tier 1 previously, a few seasons back. No, not sure either.
Somebody might know.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Yeah. So let's have a look. Bailey. That little battle has cost Bailey a lot of time and given Seppi the chance to break away over 2 seconds as Lauren Shears had another moment. Lauren, no. Oh, no.
That's coming out of turn 8 by the looks of it.
It is this time round. Yep, hopefully he hasn't heated up his tyres too much. Yes, he has.
That's where unfortunately Ryan had a bit of an issue when you and him were having a nice little battle.
He did, as he's retired now from the session. I think his tyres were a little bit toasty, and he is now retired from the session. Well, his car is moving.
Not ideal.
Not sure.
But
moving on. Yep, Nick BT, wow, out of turn 3, has got the move done on Saviour. moves himself up into 6th to chase down the triple champ Jay Sarge.
He must have got out of bed early to pull that move on Saviour.
Oof. Yeah, you need to pull it. To pull any move on Saviour, you've got to get out of bed early.
Yeah, very early. And feed him some sleeping tablets.
Exactly. But look at this, Jay Sarge all up the trumpet of LRL. But this is now where this little trend's going to start kicking in once again. DRS is back enabled. And Chris Bailey is going to be the one leading the train around. But Sarge seems to have a lot more front end grip at the moment, doesn't he?
It's starting to look like the hards are actually a better tyre at the moment.
They do tend to go through that warming up phase, the cool down warm up phase, a little bit better than the mediums I found after a safety car.
Yeah, I think with the mediums it forces a grading phase.
Yeah.
Unless you've already been through the grading phase, which I think we were lucky with the safety car we had, we'd already been through it. Yes,
I think you're right. I got it on the restart for the mediums for about a lap or so, and it was, well, I nearly dropped it. Such as how bad it was not fun at all. But we kind of got lucky a little bit. But this battle I think is going to go on for a long, long time. What can Nick do about the gaps? It's just over a second back. Let's have a quick look at the chat and see who's involved. Don't forget, if you're watching, please do get involved. We love to have a bit of conversation, a little bit of banter. And if you see something or your analysis, if you know anything that's going on in the race, love to hear for a bit of insider knowledge from you. But I think it's an unrealistic performance. That may be to do where the McLarens, unfortunately, are a little bit further down.
If it was unrealistic performance, then would not be Williams leading.
Well, there is, there is that actually. There is that. Rob thinks we have team orders. Yeah, we've discussed that, and you're on a YouTube ban. Ryan, I pitted 18. He was right. 19 was the laps we pitted. He pitted 20, and he gutted that he spun. So was I. It was a good little battle heating up through that first sector. Absolutely fantastic. I think that was pretty much the only overtaking battle I had all race. I think I passed one other person. That's it, all race. I just defended. Oh, people spun ahead of me.
I had a few overtakes.
I had nothing. I just defended for most of the time from Sociopath, which was great fun. A little bit battle with Alex. Tried to catch up to Rob, to Genie, which then he pitted and spoilt that bit. And then was less than a tenth from overtaking Sozio across the line. So yeah, fun and games.
I must have got out of bed early this morning. I managed to put a move on Ryan.
Yeah, that
doesn't happen easily.
That doesn't either. But again, one of the best respectful drivers we've got as well is Ryan, and that was one of the battles when you come up behind the certain drivers, you're a little bit touchy. But there's some drivers, this is going to be good fun.
Yeah, Ryan's always in the good fun category, and we've got a virtual.
Yes, we have. Not sure where that is. I think Funky Five's not having the time of his life out there. Yeah, virtual safety car, not sure. So Seppi's taken the point to pit. Chris is pitted. Now Corey's pitted on the hard tyres. So it's good this be him now doing a two-stop strategy. Sargent's the only one not to pit. He would have got a pit stop in there because he's the lead car in the Red Bull garage.
You won't want to pit though, you want the hards. It's only a virtual, it's not a full safety car.
Apologies, he is on the hard, sorry. That's my fault.
Anton is the one I'm surprised hasn't pitted, and Slayer.
Yeah, but well,
both on towards end of life on mediums, you save like half your time stopping under a virtual anyway.
Yeah.
I think it would have been wise for them to stop like all the other medium would have stopped.
Yeah, kind of a half pit stop for them. I think the hard tyres, could have done the right thing. They've got another, plenty. Oh, it's Sosa's got to drive through for speeding. Just got the delta slightly wrong. And to be fair, you and I discussed this, that I found there was a little bit of a delta glitch round here earlier.
Yeah, we got up to 5 seconds at one point and we weren't even going slow.
Yeah, exactly that. And there was qualifying. I was going down the straight and then it went from 0, 0, 9 to 001 to green to 0010. And I was full flat. I don't know how that worked. I'm in a straight line going down the pit straight.
Surely we're not saying that this game has glitches.
No, never.
It's the best game in the world.
It's
no
perfectly
glitches,
done.
no problems, it's perfect.
Exactly that. Look at Chatty Duck. Look at Sergeant Uncle Sam. There's almost 3 abreast. Is this going to be a double overtake? Anton's having a look down the inside as well. 2-1 side by side. Gives the room. Oh, Sergeant Uncle Sam. Now he's got the inside line again for turn 3. And that's Anton. Well, I tell you, the mediums are still working. What a great move. Sergeant Uncle Sam going to try and look into turn 4. Tries to tap it up the inside. Anton just about gives him room. And Anton just runs a little bit wide. Has to give up the place. Oh, that was good wheel-to-wheel action. What superb action. He's gone wide again. Look at confetti's coming through.
Yeah, I'm not convinced on how good them tyres are.
Well, they look good for a moment.
They did, but once you put them under any pressure, they seem to be going.
Yeah, I think it looked like he just had a bit too much understeer. Did the Aston Martin have Anton through there?
They're definitely end of life.
Getting there, 100%, yeah. I think a few laps under the safety car will have helped them, but I think they go to about lap 15-ish. They're getting there, and I think, yeah, that safety car may have helped them, but we did see a few drivers pit from lap about 12-13 onwards, didn't we? In our race, so they just had enough.
Especially when you start on them, so they're heavier fuel, and they're better at the end of the race when you're on lighter fuel.
Yeah, they do.
Because it is a hard-wearing track.
It is, yeah, as we mentioned, and the fronts, as we noticed there, really do take a bit of a battering. Now, Corey's got those mediums up and running, and he's just managed to pass the Slayer back up into 9th in his stretch. Oh, Sarge's gone round outside of turn 3! And he was going to be
work to lead the race, and
he's got damage. He's got end plate damage.
He must have clipped the wall then on the inside.
Oh, potentially, yes, potentially. Oh, he's going to be absolutely kicking himself. He was, yeah, right. All the hard work stayed out, was looking very, very quick, very racy. Oh, that's. You'd be surprised we don't see him pitted at the end of this lap. So now that's given Saviour the lead. And he was looking very racy as well early on. And it's looking very, very competitive on those hard tyres. But I'll tell you one thing. We have got a battle for the net lead further down. So, Seppi just ahead of Corey. Of course, now the tyre offset. Now alternate tyres. What can Corey do? Will Corey be able to make it to the end on the medium tyres? We would think that.
To the end, but they won't be nice.
No, he's going to have to try to get through. But Coleman Sarge has pitted, yeah. So Seppi now. He's got the DRS.
Very fast, but how his tyres going to last is a big question.
We're going to see 2 overtakes. Here we are. Corey's got at the inside into turn 1. What a great move that is. Don't think Coleman the Brave really fought that too hard. He had the drivers behind. He knew they were going to be on fresher tyres. He knew they were going to be a lot quicker, and he does just let them go on their way. But that was vitally important for Corey. He needs to kind of get past Seppi, as you mentioned before. Those tyres fade away at the end. He's going to have to get past and build any kind of gap he possibly can to negate that tyre loss and the time at the end.
We just hope they don't die big time like mine did on Friday. I'm going to try hanging the softs to the end.
How long did you manage to get those?
About 23 laps, I think, because it was 100%.
So that would get, if we half that, you're looking about 11 laps.
I think about 10 would be comfortable. After 20, they were pretty dead.
Yeah.
They weren't feeling nice the last few laps.
But we'll see what we get later on. Now, a half race distance. We've had a virtual safety car, we've had a full safety car, we've had 2 retirees. Lauren Cheer and Carl are both out of this race. And we've got action up and down the field. Chatty Duck now on the back. We've gone from one Willie to another. And Chatty Duck.
Corey's got past Seppi.
He has. Under the DRS. Sorry, we cut away from that, folks. Was that technically for the net lead? And we're going to look at that gap to Confetti. There's a yellow flag. That is Frankie 5. not having the best return, unfortunately, to Tier 1. Oh, as Chatty Duck goes very, very sideways through turn 7 and 8. That's going to make the heart go a little bit. How much ERS does Chatty Duck have?
49%.
The AlphaTauri pit wall is asking. Do we tell them? Do we give insider knowledge?
Who's the AlphaTauri pit wall then?
Well, Saviour.
Because obviously Saviour's racing, Call Me the Brave's racing.
So Kendrick is on the pit wall. Obviously in the party chat with them both. But look at Chatty Duck. He's got the DRS wide open. He's actually got plenty of ERS. You can see there on the steering wheel. I don't need to put that up to show you. As he moves to the inside of turn 1, going to be late on the brake. Saviour leaves a little bit of room, but it was his corner. What a great defence from Saviour. Just about left the room into turn 1. And Chatty Duck wisely leaves him going. Saviour. Actually, they're both looking like they've got similar ERS levels.
Yeah, they have. So obviously, as I'm not streaming, I've got it up on my screen.
Ah, yes, you can have a look at that. I'm playing coy. I'm saying, no, we'll not show you that.
Well, it's good when you're leading not to have too much on your screen.
Yeah, I could have done, briefly. To be fair, it's now just cut to the on-board, and Saviour's got 30-odd%. Chatty Duck, Frankie 5 is having a nightmare. He's in the pit lane once more. This battle surprised and does retire from the session.
I know someone that seems to have a fair chunk of ERS.
Would that be Sergeant Uncle Sam?
No, it wouldn't. It would be in the battle for the next lead.
Ooh, going Seppi. Oh, Sarge has got the first penalty that we've seen as well. Down in 17th, trying to battle his way through. Sarge now got 3-second time penalty. Pushing that little bit too hard, unfortunately.
Yeah, one of the cars is flashing like crazy. The other one's sat there with a load of ERS going, yeah, I can catch you now.
Ooh, that gives just... Now, is that a hint, ladies and gentlemen, if anyone's on the pit box for either of those two? I think that may be a hint. I'm not going to bring it up. I'm going to keep looking at this 1 and 2.
It makes the battle quite interesting, especially with the tyre difference.
Yeah. And we haven't seen Corey disappear off like he needs to. Seppi is just holding quite nicely onto him. They've built a heck of a gap from Call Me the Brave. Once now they've overtaken him a couple of laps ago, and they've really halved that gap to the guys ahead of them, Confetti Anton and Sergeant Uncle Sam. And these top two are just pulling away slightly as well. Now, is Chatty Duck going to be close enough this lap around to have a go at Saviour into turn 1? Needs to get the really good exit. Saviour goes a little bit deep, but it's not too bad. As no, they're both pitted together. Well, that negates everything. Spoil sports. Sergeant Uncle Sam in the pits. Confetti decides to stay out. He is the lead one staying out. And there we have the boys behind us, Ferrari and the other Willy boy. They're the ones battling for the lead, and there's the light. There it is. There's your answer. The ERS light flashing away on the Ferrari as he tries to pull the gap on Seppi while the tyres are going good. But I think those hard tyres seem to be bedding in quite nicely now.
They certainly do. The question is, how long will the mediums actually last?
That is exactly the question on my lips. They're going to be definitely on Corey's lips as well. Through that, he's going to hope and pray that he doesn't take too much life out of them. Or that, he's going to hope and pray for some kind of incident. Now as well, this battle going on. Bailey on the hard tyres has pitted as well. He has dropped so much time because he can't get past Call Me the Brave, and he's battling there with Nick BT trying to have a look into turn 10 on the outside. Chris defends very, very well. Good. Absolute fine taking that wide line. Nick's trying to go around the outside. Dude, 12 can't do it. Chris leaves plenty of room just in case. The Alpine just tries to go on the outside. Can't this time on, but Chris is ERS light flashing away. He is going to get the DRS off the AlphaTauri's confetti. He's decided now a lap later. He is going to pit now. Where he was about, he's quite a few seconds further back. But oh, look at that. Synchronized flashing from Bailey and Nick. Who's got the higher top speed at the turn one? Neither of them. But I'll tell you what, Conway the Brave, I wonder if he's saving his ERS to use it to defend against the two attackers behind.
Maybe. I mean, I can see what ERS he's got. Well, Saviour's trying to put a move on LRL.
Yes. And this is going to be quick. Wow. We just caught the end of it.
That was a brave place to do it in turn 4.
It really is. Really is. But now with the fresh medium tyres, this grip is going to be absolutely fantastic. And he needed to make that because...
Put the move on. He's trying to catch LRL now.
Oh, apologies. You're right. I went with it as well. But that's key because Chatty Duck hasn't got past at that point. He may do now on the run down to turn 10. He does. But that, crucially, gave Saviour a little bit of a breathing room. And I was probably hoping the Slayer was going to hold him up just a little bit longer to try to make the break. Corey now sets the fastest lap of the race. Has pulled that gap to nearly a second as the AlphaTauri Conway the Brave does pit now and releases Chris Bailey. Whereas also releasing Nick BT. Chris just got the DRS this time, which is going to use to defend, and LOL is nowhere near at this point. Is Nick going to have a look and have a send it to one? It just makes Chris think about it, see him in his mirrors.
Make him a bit nervous.
Exactly that. See if the bottle job will live up to his name, but not at this moment in time. Looking very calm and collected. That gap now to the top two, 11 seconds, and that's how much time Chris has lost behind Conway the Brave.
Back into that now.
Yeah, exactly. Clear track in front of him. Hopefully it should be of saving any DRS possible. ERS, I should say. The 19% on the steering wheel. A little bit more than Chris, who does like to give it a bit of a use.
Yeah, I've noticed all about that part. He really looks up on the ERS.
Yeah, the one who's looking strong, LRL.
Yeah, he's got loads.
Yeah, LRL got a lot, over 50%. And a lot as well for the man who's caught this pack like an absolute rocket is Saviour. Saviour didn't pit. He's now on his normal pit strategy, whereas these guys pitted under safety car. If Saviour keeps the pressure on and if nothing happens, I think Saviour could be the man in the hot seat at the moment. 10 laps to go. He's got nice mediums on. They're going to provide a bit more grip. Yes, the hards will be grippy now, but
he's got 3 people to get past before we can even try and chase the top 2.
That is the issue. That is the issue.
And obviously Bailey's going to want to try and close that gap, but he's trying to defend off Nick.
Ooh, as Chatty Duck gets very tail happy outside of turn 5.
So we've got Nick, LRL, Saviour and Chatty Duck all in the train right behind the wheel.
Exactly that.
That's some pressure, is that?
It really is. I don't know if Chris has got this on. I don't know if Chris knows exactly who is behind. You'll know Nick and LRL are. You'll see a few more cars on the track map. You'll see a few more in his rear view mirrors. But I'll tell you what, Saviour's got the grip in the right places, just can't use it. He can't get the drive. He can't. The straights aren't long enough between corners to try to make a move up any inside. But what drive can he get off the last corner? He is very, very close.
Blowhole gets really good drive out of that last.
He does, but look at this. Saviour's trying to use a bit more of his ERS. He's going to try and have a look on the outside of turn 1, leaves the space, can't quite, but he's having a look at the inside of turn 2 now. Has he got the grip bounce 3? The house is on the inside. Saviour's trying to hang it on the outside. He's still side by side through 3. This is going to be late on the brakes and more grip through 4. Saviour's just about there. The house is still side by side through 4. Has he done it? He's now got the inside for 5. He does. Look at the Williams. Is trying to have a go as well. Can't quite. What fantastic driving.
And all them in front of now really used all the ERS. Chatty Duck is now in the hot seat.
Yeah, there was a lot of usage as well from Xavier through that battle, and you kind of understand, rightly so. But yes, Xavier now hunting down. He can save a little bit now of his ERS as he sets off in pursuit of Nick and Chris Bailey. That was absolutely incredible driving from both Stefan and Alex.
I mean, Xavier rammed the outside of turn 3 with his ERS planted.
Yeah, that takes some cojones.
Yeah, the man's got stones.
He does. Luckily he got the DRS, but didn't get the greatest drive off the last corner this time around, so the gap's opened up to a second. Doesn't even quite as vulnerable this time around. Now LOL's going to have Chatty Duck. This is crucial again for Xavier, because Chatty Duck obviously pitted same lap as Alex did. Same strategy, same medium compound tyres. Chatty Duck hasn't been able to make that move, so Xavier really needs to get a hustle on, which he is doing, and catching up to the back of these guys. And they have dropped off. They've lost about a second in the last couple of laps to the top two, who are still nose to tail, less than a second apart, which we will come to later on. They have got such a huge gap.
I wonder if Blowhole realises he's driving the wrong car, because at the moment he's driving like Alonso.
What, defence?
Making that car so wide in the right places.
Yeah, exactly that. So tell you where, this one we can show, because I don't mind showing that. Corey's done 12, 13 laps now on those medium tyres. They will start to go off very, very soon, and that is going to be very difficult towards the end. The hard tyres, 13, 12 and 12 for Bailey, Nick and Seppi. They should be okay, I think. But look at this. This is Xavier on the freshest tyres. Makes the move, goes to the inside, and makes that move look nice and easy even before the braking zone. Chatty Duck has also lost a lot of time, but finally got past LOL as well using the DRS. So he's going to set off in pursuit of Nick very, very shortly. We'll watch that gap, 1.2 seconds that gap. So these guys, their mediums are going to be feeling good. They're going to be on it now.
Now the question is, how wide can that Mercedes actually be?
Well, the side pods aren't very wide, so it's going to have to be something that's wide.
Maybe the head of the driver.
His hair is.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Maybe he could just lean his head to side.
Yeah, just shake it.
Extendable defence.
It's like driving through a bush.
That's what she said. Let's see how much of a driver can get out the last corner this time.
Yeah, let's go back to the racing. But tell you what, Seppi doesn't seem to. He does. Seppi doesn't really like that last sector very much. We saw it before. Corey and Seppi are battling. Oh, there's a gone round. Corey's gone round. I think there might be contact.
Yeah, there was
contact. We've caught the end of it. Corey's gone round through turn 1 and 2.
How does that put the blowhole right on the back of Corey?
It does. He's going to be close.
Tyres are going to be cooked, but Xavier's coming as well.
Yep, he is. Xavier through
really
10, 3, 4. Oof. Folks, I don't know what else you got planned for your Monday evening, but it stops now. Make new ones, because the last 6 laps of this Tier 1 race are going to be absolutely enthralling. They're going to be insane.
Tier 1 is literally picking up where it left off last season.
I don't think I can cope.
And at the moment, we've got Chris Bailey versus Xavier and Mercedes versus an AlphaTauri. That's exactly what we had in the last few laps of Silverstone. A Mercedes versus a Tauri.
We did, and now we've also got Nick BT and Chatty Duck as well. We've got a Willie and an Alpine involved in that as well. What can Chris do about that gap to Corey?
Not a lot at the moment. It's too busy defending Xavier.
Exactly, but Corey seems to have got his tyres in working order, and away he goes again. But look at that there. It just seems to be through that last chicane. Xavier is not the strongest through there. Then it compromises him onto the main straight.
And is really strong through there.
It is.
I think that's been his saving grace, although Xavier's coming fast.
But he hasn't got any ERS left. But is he going to be close enough? He tries to go on the outside. Is he going to have to keep this down? Trying the switch back. Trying to drive through 2. Is he going to have a look through 3? Chris parks his car right on the apex of turn 2. No room through for Xavier, but this is what's going to be on the run. Up to turn 4, Chris tries to fade the move. David trying to look on the inside. Chris leaves him room as he could have the grip on the run up to 5 and try the outside. He is under brakes, and side by side. Chris leaving room. Saviour's gone to the outside and he makes the move side by side up to 7. Oh, Chris backs out.
Well played, boys, well played.
For anyone in the other tiers watching how to race wheel to wheel, watch this stream back.
All Silverstone, because that was a hell of a stream as well.
It really was.
I think this is more action-packed for side-by-side racing.
Wow. So much room given. Now, Chris is going to be quick down the straight. He's got a lot more. He's been saving ERS as well as Chris. Well, he's been defending, but you're right, he gets that drive off the last corner. 410, Saviour's already gone defensive. He knows Chris is going to have the DRS. He's already used all of his ERS. And the flashing, they're both going to be flashing, and we're going to see repeat. Chris is now trying to go to the outside. Who's going to be latest on the brake? Saviour on the inside. The side by side, a little bit of wheel back, and Saviour just holds it round the outside of turn 2. But now Nick has got Chatty Duck for company as well. How long is this going to go on for?
The rest of the race, of course.
Pretty much, yeah. LOL just dropped off the back in 7th. He's going to hope these guys keep on scrapping and lose time so he can get involved as well. We have got battles all the way down. We've got the Aston Martins in 10th and 11th, only half a second separating him. And look at that, Nick BT. What a move from Nick! Where did that come from?
I don't think he made it stick though. Chatty's still in front.
Sorry, I meant Chatty. Sorry, passing Nick. Sorry, apologies.
Ah, yeah.
I just saw blue. Apologies. Yeah. Where did that come from? What a move. I was trying to say, we got a battle in 8th and 9th. They're only 7/10 apart. We've got the teammates at the Astons side, but pretty much nose to tail as well in the outreach to the top 10. Sarge in 12th. He was leading the race and in a very, very strong position.
Here comes the blowhole again.
Yes, what can he do this time? Is he going to try the inside? He has to go. He's forced to go the outside way around. He's just about wheel to wheel. It's close again. And Saviour.
He's got better drive through too.
Yeah, really, really does. And then Chris has got absolutely no answer through there. He's forced to go tight through 2 after going the outside of 1. But Nick, unfortunately, he's kind of dropping off. You know, I mentioned LRL about a lap ago. He's there. He's on the back of Nick. So now we've got... this is all for 3rd. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, that's G-Star. He was ahead of his teammate. G-Star's gone round. And it's giving Anton the chance of a point for the Aston Martin team. But look at this again. Nick's looking a bit more racy now as well. Sorry, Chatty Duck. Sorry. He's really feeling it.
He's on the same tyres as Saviour as well, so maybe he's down the tyres to be on at the moment.
Yep, I think so. I'll tell you what, we mentioned Corey. That gap was 7 seconds after the spin. It's still about there, and the gap with Saviour hasn't changed at all. And we thought his tyres might go off those mediums, but they're holding on quite well. 2 more racing laps to go. Chris not close enough this time round to have another look at Saviour. Chatty's having a good little go, isn't he?
I think Chris's tyres are getting to that stage now where they're not holding as well.
Yeah, they just get a little bit... They don't even get slidey, they're just... There's not much there.
They're just not as grippy.
Yeah. You just can't carry the same speed. You might be 5-10 mile an hour slower through the apex. You can't get the throttle on as cleanly and as quickly as you'd like to. And that's helping Saviour. He's got 0.8 of a second this time out. It's one of the biggest gaps he's had. But Chatty Duck only 0.3 of a second further back.
Oh, Chris has a really good drive through 10. Just caught him back up a little bit.
He does, and this is the bit that we know Chris is strong, and Saviour is not at his best through this last little complex. And he does. He takes a 10th out of him already just through the apex. But Saviour this time got a bit better exit. Goes defensive.
He did last lap as well. I think that's why Chris isn't getting the run on him.
Yeah, that could be the tyres. But look at Chatty Duck. How close is he? No one's got any ERS left. Chatty Duck just doesn't have that straight line speed because Chris is still getting the DRS off the back of Saviour. But I tell you what, he definitely has the grip through turn 2. The Chris can't get the front end turned and the throttle down, whereas the Williams can. This is Chris's worst nightmare. The car he's just left. No. I think that's why he's defending so hard.
He's wanting to prove he's made the right choice.
Exactly that. So it's helping Nick keep on the back of him. There he is. LOL's charge has just slowed a little bit. Saviour's taken now. The gap's under 5 seconds to Corey. The gap at the front has opened very slightly. But I tell you what, I don't think... No, he did. It's okay. Chris did get the DRS that time round, but he's very, very touch and go whether Chris is going to get the DRS on this next lap. And this is going to be the final lap of the race. Seppi is now across the line. Chris goes very, very deep. Is that going to compromise his run through the final chicane? But he does get the DRS. Again, him being strong in that last sector, saving him a little bit now. He's got the DRS. There it is. On the Mercedes. It's helping him keep within that touching distance of Saviour across the DRS line. But you're right, where the grip comes from, there's a yellow flag in Sector 3, and I think that's... Oh, it's Anton, the other Aston Martin has had a spin. Oh, not good. Another phone in the closing stages. Confetti's now got past Sergeant Uncle Sam. But this battle is the one we are not going to leave.
It's like a car crash. You can't take your eyes away from it.
Exactly. This is absolutely incredible. Chris has got a little bit of support in the chats as well. The great fight from back up.
No customers tomorrow because you're not going to be able to speak.
I'm off tomorrow, thank goodness. This is why I can commentate.
That's why you give yourself tier 1, is it?
Yeah, that's why. This is not over yet, folks. But I tell you what, it nearly is over. Seppi, we're going to leave this very quickly. Seppi comes through the final corner and takes the first victory of the season. Tier 1 in Spain. Seppi had a great end to last season, and there he is, takes the victory. Corey, so unlucky with that spin. We may not see that in Stewart's chat later on. Saviour across the line to take P3. Chris just holds on to 4th spot ahead of Chatty Duck. Nick, what happened to Nick? Oh, he had 3-second penalty. It's all good. Nick unfortunately drops to 8th after his fantastic battle. LOL in 6th. Confetti will take it in 7th. Nick BT in 8th. Sergeant Uncle Sam in 9th. So Anton does get the final point scoring position after 3-second penalty for Jay Sarge. Calvin with a good recovery. He finishes 12th. Going with the Brave on his, I'm going to say debut again to Tier 1, takes 13th. G-Star will come across the line in 14th position in the other Aston Martin. There we go, and Floppy Loppy and the other Mercedes will finish in 15th. Casa Soze will take 16th, and the Slayer unfortunately was a lap down in 17th place. What an insane race that was.
What a way to open the season.
Oh, wow. That wheel-to-wheel action was just superb. I mean, that is how you go side by side in racing.
Yeah, I think we need to take some clips out of this race and share them as feedback for the lower tiers.
Yeah, exactly that. I think, well, to be honest, I've heard this from, I'm not going to badmouth other leagues exactly, but, well, from people who have left and joined MRC, that there's probably other leagues out there that aren't as clean as these guys. So even they could probably take some hints.
Yeah, I could think of a few that I tried racing for that weren't as clean.
Yeah. But those guys...
I'm not going to name names.
No. We're too professional. Well, I say we've got to have some sense of professionalism.
We have
just
Gavin Cobbs.
Oh yeah, very true. Very true. So, provisional results, of course, until Stewart's inquiries are through. We have Seppi, who takes victory, Corey in 2nd, Saviour in 3rd of the final point scoring position. What a race this has been for him to battle to 3rd with Chris Bailey, unfortunately, finished in 4th. Jetty Duck, unfortunately, in 5th. LOL, unfortunately, in 6th. And I say unfortunately because of the battles that we had. Confetti finished 7th. Nick BT was unfortunate with his 3-second penalty to motor him down to 8th. Sergio Kosama in 9th. Anton in 10th. And you know the rest: Sarge, Calvin, Coleman Brave, G-Star, Floppy Loppy, Case of Sose, and the Slayer was the last of the finishers. Frankie 5 retired in the pit lane. Lauren Shear, not sure what happened to him. And Carl unfortunately lost it through turn 10. All that's left really is to give our driver of the day. Who would yours be, Mr. Lion King?
It's a tough one because obviously Seppi's done pole to win, very good drive, nice battle with Corey as well. But purely for cutting his way through the way he did, I'm going to give it to Saviour.
I can't disagree. Cannot disagree with that. Didn't pit under the safety car or the virtual. Decided to leave the hard tyres and pit on his usual strategy and made it pay off to nearly, well, to perfection as best as he could hope, and that was a fantastic race. Hope you all enjoyed it, folks. We've got Tier 3 and Tier 4 on Wednesday evening, and then on Friday we start preparations for MRCX and round 2 in Canada, Montreal. So don't miss us at 7 o'clock on Wednesday evening. Thank you, Mr. Simba, for joining me in this opening round. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Pleasure as always.
Thank you, everybody, for getting involved in the YouTube chat. Like I say, want to hit 500 followers this season, so share the links, share it with your friends, get them to subscribe, get them to follow us, and show the support for MRC. Thank you, everybody, for watching and taking part. We will see you again very, very soon. Have a fantastic evening. So from us, good night.
Good night.